They lost to Aduana Stars at home. They've lost to Kotoko here in Kumasi. What is the future of the Hearts of Oak coach Ouattara? So the Porcupines in ecstatic mood. The stadium is buzzing with excitement. Kotoko have beaten Hearts of Oak emphatically here at the Baba Yara Sports Stadium. And the party will continue deep into night here in Accra. Already it's begun in the stadium. The Phobians are quiet. The Porcupines have found their voices. There you see the Kotoko fans. And you know what? They're enjoying the music by Ghanaian musician King Paluta, giving praises to the Almighty. It's over at the Baba Yara Sports Stadium. The match talked about, match day 31 of the Ghana Premier League. It's over here. Dejected Phobians, excited Porcupines. You cannot win the league, but when you get a win against your bitter rivals in the manner in which they've done, it calls for jubilation and celebrations. And this is a die-hard Hearts of Oak fan. He's not giving up. They've lost, but he still has his flag on. This is what the game is all about. The top liner of the Ghana Premier League has come to an end. Kotoko have grabbed 6 points from Hearts of Oak this season. They grabbed 3 in the first round, they grabbed 3 in the second round. 2 goals from the Ugandan goal poacher Steve Desimukwala has brought the story to an end. Full time at the Baba Yara Sports Stadium. Asante Kotoko 2, Hearts of Oak 0.
Stevie Desimukwala there grabbing the headlines in this one, scoring the brace for Asante Kotoko as they do the double over Hearts of Oak, and it's a good one for them. As we head in another Kwase, Kotoko will not be able to win the league, but the double over Hearts of Oak will bring them some respite and some joy there. You can see the fans are in a static mood because they have beaten Hearts of Oak. Still here in the studios of Star Times at the Channel 247 with Coach Ernest Thompson and of course Nanedu. When it was about a minute to end the game, Coach Ernest Thompson said that Kotoko could get another goal with the way that Hearts of Oak were playing, and it did come to pass, grabbing that second goal.
To summarize all, I would say shambolic defensive play by Hearts of Oak. A perfect play by Mukwala to silence Hearts of Oak. It's been very shambolic. Hearts of Oak doesn't have a goalkeeper, and their defensive play has been very shambolic throughout this 90 minutes. And Kotoko deserves to beat them, and even could have won this match by 3 or 4 goals. And Hearts of Oak have been lucky. They should come back home and prepare for their next game.
Now, I'm sure Ouattara will be very, very agitated with the manner in which Hearts of Oak conceded that second goal. But that has been the story of Hearts of Oak, conceding from a lot of defensive errors.
That is a major problem for Hearts of Oak throughout the season. Before the start of the game, we were talking about how they concede goals and the reason why they've changed goalkeepers on 3 occasions or 4. It's said everything about the game, you know, the defensive shape, the way they defend. After conceding the first goal, right from the second half, the first 20 minutes, Hearts was playing well. So we all thought Hearts
but they were not threatening. They were just passing the ball around. Frederick Asari didn't have much to do in the game.
Obviously, and I think, you know, Kotoko was able to, you know, get the assurance goal in the last minute to get the maximum 3 points. It's a massive read for them, taking them to 43 points on the league log, and may assure that most of these supporters will be happy. Doing the double over Hearts is something on its own that has happened in the game, and I think most of these supporters will be happy. The technical team, there were a lot of pressure on them at a certain point of the stage in the course of the season, but the most important thing is doing the double over Hearts is a big morale booster for this team.
Of course, so it brings them some form of relief. And when the game started, it wasn't really a full house, but I'm sure the fans, after hearing that Kotoko are leading, most of them had to take buses from Asokwa, Asante, Omunyinaba Stadium to come and watch. And I love it when fathers take their little ones to the stadium. I mean, that is how to indoctrinate them. It is done in elsewhere, especially in Europe, in TSUAB. I mean, mothers also bring in their kids to the stadium. And I'm sure these Kotoko fans are leaving with something to hold on, at least seasonal. So they've beaten Hearts home and away, and that is good for them.
Yeah, it's very good for Kotoko. At the point in time, they were on a losing streak.
Yeah.
And when they visited Opimsoa at the palace and came back, they promised they were going to make amends. And from there, I think they've really made amends. And they are on a safe ground now. Nothing can send Kotoko to relegation. They are safe and sound. Hearts of Oak should be thinking of rescuing themselves from this shambolic performance of their team for more than 3-4 matches back. It's very sad to see her struggling in the league at this stage. This top liner should be a top of table clash. Has Kotoko, who wins the league, who is on top of it, but now a middle table clash and still Hearts of Oak is struggling.
Hearts of Oak struggled throughout the game, but in the second half it was a bit of a positivity for them, as they possessed the ball in the first 15 minutes, but they could not hold on. Stevie Desimo Kuala is the man of the moment, and I'm sure the MVP would go to him. You're still watching Star Times at the patch. The
MVP is between Mukwala and Nuruddin.
Okay.
Nuruddin did brilliantly well. Himself and Blade stopped the Hearts of Oak attack.
So we'll find out.
Non-existent.
We'll find out shortly who wins the most valuable player in this game. But the news or the word out there is that Kumasi Asante Kotoko have beaten Hearts of Oak by 2-0, meaning that Kotoko have done the double over Hearts, because first leg of this fixture ended 3-2 in favor of the Porcupine Warriors. We need to take a breather here. When we return, we do more of the analysis. Don't go nowhere.
Star Times. Enjoy digital life.
So I'm going to your rent now, better than me fee. Oh.
Hey, Star Time say, a new concert sika wuti ahwe TV no. Ne boy ya den eche wo danka.
Oh, prepaid NASA.
A new concert sika wuti ahwe TV no. Ne boy ya den eche wo electricity bills.
Understand well, they keep that in.
Dad, school fees.
A new concert sika wuti ahwe TV no. Ne boy kwa ya den eche wo my school fees. Star Times die. Yet asie pa. Ye never pay TV a. Ye bone ja form emo bia timi hwere ni so ade. Enti obia timi hwebi. Ubetime ja nkwada nyina dia ma Star Time TV. Esan say, entie memema nkwada ni achi. Na wosuo die. Ni nyina wa Star Times. Ai, Star Times. Ebe more premium entertainment. Enuma ye nikanika bema ufie aye de. Dia kwaso wiase nyina. Ubenya bia hwe. Our Star Time so. Ai, good news say, uhia Star Time. Oh, ne was
This is our own, let's cherish our own. Ghana Premier League is back again. I say this is our own, let's cherish our own. Division 1 League is back again. This is our own, let's cherish our own. Ghana Premier League is back again. This is our own, let's cherish our own. Women's Premier League is back again. Yadi wadoka hwa, NJ ka hwa, yadi ereshe mwa. Yadi wadoka hwa, NJ ka hwa, yadi ereshe mwa. Ebe yefe. Onyabude.
When everyone thought the game was done and dusted with Kotoko sure to win by a goal to nil, Steven Decimu Kuala raised on to this pass. And the check back, it was a Cristiano Ronaldo-esque. Then he pumped the ball into the back of the net. Goalkeeper Nketia was rooted to the spot and could do nothing. And the Ugandan had to take off his jersey to celebrate with his teammates. This sent the stadium into raptures. There you see the Porcupine Tertiary guys all in ecstasy mood because Asante Kotoko had just cut off the oak tree. Nketia in a dejected manner sitting down together with his captain. They all are in shock and could not believe that Asante Kotoko have just buried Accra Heart of Folk. And that is how the Porcupine Warriors won the game there. Their story is a beautiful one. Agbesima still in shock because he thought his army could do the job against Asante Kotoko, but it wasn't meant to be. So the Porcupine Warriors, even though it was drizzling, the fans were there to cheer them in their numbers. And that is how Kotoko won the game by 2-0. Still here in the studios of Star Times at the Patch Channel 247 with Coach Ernest Thompson and of course Nanedu, I mean, for all the goals that Mukwala has scored, this could prove to be one of the most pivotal goals that he scored for Asante Kotoko, because this was like the icing on the cake. It was something that killed the confidence of Heart of Folk.
I think the two goals, the strength in the game, the pass from, Bernard Somwa to Mukwala from the flanks was super. And the cut back to score the second goal was excellent. You need that confidence, you need that composure around 18-yard ball to score. Most of these Ghanaian strikers, one of their weaknesses is composure around the 18-yard box. That is one thing most of these French players and other African players have over our strikers. The composure around the 18-yard box is very key for a striker to score a brilliant goal in a game. And that is what Mukwala has done in today's game, especially the second goal. Mm-hmm. And I'm happy for him. 13 goals so far, even though Kotoko is having, a bad season, or they are struggling this particular season, doing the double over has,
he scored 14 goals now because he had already, he had 30, he scored 14 because he scored 2.
He had 12, so he 14 goals so far. So, Amankuna has 15 because he also had 13 and scoring 2 goals today against Get Olympics. So I'm happy for Steve Decimu. I've told you on several occasions, when he's on form, he's a quality centre forward. On a good day, he can make the difference in games like this.
Okay, so that was not the only game that was being played today in match day 31. We've wrapped up beautifully, and other games also were being played. Some interesting results coming through. We all know how Kotoko has ended. By Baby Any Gold Stars, the Dance Park have also gotten a 2-1 victory over Dreams FC, and surprisingly, not surprising, Bofakwa have not been that good. Mediema went all the way to the Tsunami Coronation Park to beat them by 2-0. And Great Olympics getting a 3-2 win over Brekum Chelsea, but we are being told that Stephen Amankuna scored twice for Brekum Chelsea, despite the fact that Olympics got the win. And surprisingly, Heart of Lions also beating league leaders Samatex by 2-0. Bashir Hayford promised to ensure that Heart of Lions stay up in the league, and he's doing just that. NRTU also getting a 1-0 victory over Legon City. Coach, I'm surprised about that Heart of Lions result, but Bashir Hayford is doing some good job, especially at Pandu.
Yeah, my brother, Heart of Lions playing at their own backyard. Yeah. It's a very strong team to face. So I'm not surprised Heart of Lions won their home matches. My brother earlier on said, if you want to, stay in the Ghana Premier League, you need to win your home matches first and foremost. And then when you go out, you either fight for a draw, or if you're not lucky and you lose, you come back home and prepare and then just go into the next match. So Heart of Lions with Coach Bashir Hayford, very experienced, doing the job for them. I believe they will stay up above waters, and then next season they will put things right so that they will not find themselves where they are currently. But Bofakwa not sitting at home and then losing against Mediama, to me, is no surprise. RTU winning against Legon Cities is something. I learned the RTU board met former President John Mahama, and he gave them 500,000 Ghana cedis as a morale booster. And I think that is what. So you see, financial constraints is also affecting some of the teams. RTU needs financial support, and with this bit of support, they've been able to win. But it's too little, too late. RTU.
You don't think it will make any significant impact in the race?
I don't think so. It's too little, too late. And Kotoko beating Heart of Folk is no news. It happens most of the time, but the way and manner it happens is what matters. And Heart of Folk losing at this time of the season when they need the 3 points to stay above waters, it's serious. If they think they are joking with their status in the league, they'll be laughing on the wrong side of their mouths when the league.
So things have changed on the Ghana Premier League table. Summertex losing still maintain their 55-point lead, and Aduana are second on the table with 49. Mediama, after that win over Bofuakwa, now have 49 points and are third. The Nations FC are fourth on the table with 48 points. Accra Lions have now dropped to fifth with 47 points, and in Swaterman are set at the moment with 45 points. Bechem United and Brekum Chelsea both have 44 points and lie 7th and 8th respectively. Asante Kotoko, the power of 3 points in the Ghana Premier League. They say Omar Ballroom at the top half of the table. They are now 9th on the table there. And Baby Eddie Gold Stars are 10th with 43 points. Legon Cities, they are 11th with 41 points. Karela are 12th with 40 points. Heart of Lions are best sign house. Hey, they are now 13th with 38 points. Dreams FC, they have 2 games in hand and even above Heart of Folk with 38 points. Now, the Phobias lie precariously above the relegation zone. They are 15th with 38 points. And Great Olympics are 16th with 36 points. Great Olympics also have an outstanding game to honor. But
they have a standing game against Dreams. If they win that game, they move to 39 points. Automatically, it will put House of Folk into
the relegation zone. But for
as well as Dreams.
But Dreams have additional
2 games. But for Kwatano did not help their case with the defeat today. They are 17.
The 2 is 1 against Olympics.
Yes, so they will have additional 1.
Okay.
so it's not rosy for any of them.
But for Akwa are also 17 with 33 points. And Real Tamale United, despite the win today, are still rank bottom of the Ghana Premier League with 31 points. It doesn't look good for Heart of Folk Nanedu, and it's not looking good for them. Heart of Lions have struggled all season, and to usurp Heart of Folk at this time with 3 games to go, that is bad for the Phobias.
Bad for Phobias. That home game against Ediana, that they lost the maximum 3 points, who have fed them going to the last 3 games of the season, and House of Folk need to wake up. Looking at the matches left, especially when their last game will be against Bechem in Anafusuji at War Park, House of Folk need to wake up. They have Olympics to play, who are also relegation threatening team. It's only nations that who are safe on the league log that I think Heart of Folk can manage and get the maximum 3 points. The rest of the 2 games left for them are difficult games, and all the 2 teams are also looking for something on the league log. So it's a difficult situation Heart of Folk find themselves. They need to get at least 6 points out of the possible 9.
I don't know the next meeting that will happen at Heart of Folk, because this doesn't look good for them. And their last 3 games of the season would be against Nations FC, which is a home game for them, before they take on their city rivals, that is Great Olympics. It is always a KG encounter. You can't predict who wins that one. So I'm in dilemma. Then their last game will be away at the Anafusuji Abo Park, where they will take on Bechem United. Coach, it doesn't look good for Heart of Folk.
Yeah, I said it earlier. Heart of Folk this season have not been impressive at all a bit. They have actually not lived up to expectation, and you just can't tell what the problem is. It looks like initially we were thinking it was technical, and so coaches were fired, and then Ouattara was brought in, and the menace still continues. It tells you something is not being done right, or the quality of the players is suspect, and it is telling on the team. Currently, Heart of Folk lying just above the relegation zone. I will not be surprised if Heart of Folk is relegated this season, because this performance against a motivated Nations FC coming to Accra can beat Heart of Folk as well.
That would be a bitter pill for the Heart of Folk fans to swallow, should their side get relegated. But Stevie Mukwala has covered himself in a lot of glory today, scoring twice against Heart of Folk, meaning that he has now scored 4 times against the Phobians, because in the first leg of the same fixture he got 2 goals, and today he has gotten another 2 goals. Now the second goal, no, not goalkeeper and my own baby in Getia, because some are saying his position was totally bad.
I think Mukwala with a dashing or cutting around the 18-yard box, man enough confidence and space in that area to score from that angle, and I think it's difficult for Nketia to save it, and I think Mukwala was smart enough in the 18-yard box. For a striker to get in that composure in the 18-yard box, that is the strength of Steve Mukwala. the first goal, the second goal, I think he has done a great job. He should have scored at least 3 goals in today's game. This particular chance was a clear one for him to score, but I think he has done enough. Looking at today's game, Mukwala has done a great job for Asante.
Of course, and this one coming off the post there, but then he managed to get 2 more goals, and that is good for him and Kumasi Asante Kotoko. Yes, 3 games to end the season. Kotoko would not win the league, but at least, coach, this is a morale booster heading into the last 3 games. Yeah,
well, it might be a morale booster, but still, Kotoko have also not been so impressive this season. They should tell the truth. They have not lived up to expectation, and winning against Hearts of Oak, well, it's a motivation for them, but their total performance in the league, they really need to wake up.
So you are saying these days winning against Hearts of Oak will not be a yardstick for you to measure how good your team is?
That is it, because teams even travel to the Accra Sports Stadium and beat Hearts of Oak in their own stronghold.
Very true.
And so when you beat Hearts of Oak in Kumasi, it's your stronghold as well. So I mean, I don't think that should be something that Kotoko should be too happy about. They should look at their season in a whole, what it has brought out of them.
Now, you and I were talking about Nanedu. You and I were talking about Peter Akwa Amidu. He's a fine player, I mean, a budding talent, but you can see there are so many aspects of his game that he will need to improve.
I always tell you, Bernard Tomwa is a better player than Peter Aminu Akwa. Aminu Akwa has gotten a lot of opportunities in this Kotoko team. Inexperience, you do baby and a winner.
Yeah.
And sometimes in the first touch,
by normal, because he's just 19 and normal.
The first touch, most of the times is suspect on his side. You know, when you look at this angle, you should have scored a good pass from Bernard Suma, but the first touch was bad from Peter Aminu Akwa. Maybe the second season you may see the best out of this young guy. He's just from Park Academy, and now his first season in the Ghana Premier League as a young guy, a lot of pressure on him to be a typical winger for Asante Kotoko. It will take time for him to.
And don't also forget, Prosper Nati Ogum, during that famous press conference, talked about the fact that he wasn't even supposed to play, but because most of the senior players are not doing well, that is why he has that opportunity. But this is a typical striker's goal. I mean, CR7 in the share goal, we are coach Yebeka Wasema, the cutback took out the Hearts of Oak defender, and to go near post, mostly when players cut in onto their right, they go for the far post, but to go near post and root the goalkeeper on the spot, that was brilliant from Stevie Desumukwala. No wonder he plays for the Ugandan national team.
Yeah, from the blast of the whistle, I told you Mukwala was going to be a thorn in the flesh of the Hearts defense. Looking at how they've been playing all season. You see, Mukwala is a very intelligent player and has shown what he can do. So they should have adopted a strategy to, nip him in the bud, just like the Kotoko defenders did to Hamza Issa. He was just a passenger in the game. And Cisse coming in for Issa Kuka, they were all just passengers. They didn't have any impact on the game today. Kotoko, congratulations. They've done very well. They've won, and I believe Hearts of Oak should go and then rewrite their notes. Else, they will have themselves to blame.
Okay, so that is Coach Ernest Thompson there with his submission. But we have to go back to the Barbaira Sports Stadium and have a listen to the 2 managers after the game, starting with Prosper Nati Ogum, whose side have won.
Coach, congratulations.
Thank you.
Tell me how you feel at this point.
Very happy. Beating Hearts of Oak back to back. It's not an easy job, so I'm happy. I think it's an honor for this group of players. It's been a while since I think this thing happened. I'm not very sure of when this actually happened, but it's been a while, so we are all happy. And you could see when the final whistle was blown, and I think Steve made it so beautiful.
I spoke to you about Steve before the game, and you told me that you had already spoken to him about the enormity of the task ahead. He duly delivered, and you must be a proud man.
Yes, as I said before the game, I engaged him, and I think he has lived up to the task. And it's good. It's good for us. I'm even short of words.
Now walk me through the game. You scored both goals in both halves. You managed the game well. You weren't dominated. How did you do this one?
Yeah, I think before the game I told you the team with a good defensive structure and good discipline will be able to carry the day. So observing them play most of their matches, we realized that we need to contain them and then catch them on the break. And if you look at the first goal, that was exactly what happened. Even the ball that hit the upright, it was the same. And even the third goal too is the same. So I think we kept our shape very well. We glided and shifted based on where the ball was, and we made sure that we're always behind the ball and side of the ball. We didn't try to rush the game, but we tried to cool the game and then connect those short passes, and whenever it was possible, play the long ball behind the defense, and I think it worked very well.
It's a result that will obviously lift you up on the league log, and you have 3 more games to end the season. How would you want to end this season's Premier League?
I think on a very good note, like we ended this game. There's no motivation than this. Beating Hasselhoff of all teams is enough motivation for the players to know that the 3 games left, they need to work harder than they have worked today, so that we position ourselves very well on the league log.
You did your best as a technical man to do the selection and the tactics and everything. The players went on to execute your tactics, but these fans were your number 12 man.
They were amazing today. They were very supportive. They were always behind us anytime we had the ball, and anytime we do not have the ball, I realized that they were calm. The usual ranting, we didn't experience it today, and I would like to use this opportunity to thank them. They should always be patient with us. Anytime we are playing at home, they should support us. Even if the going is very tough, they should stay calm and support us. That is the only way that these players will have the confidence, the determination, and the desire to play to win.
Congratulations and enjoy your win.
Thank you, Nana. I'm grateful.
Coach, what went wrong for your side today? Another defeat here after losing at home to Aduana.
Well, that's the reality of the football. When you can't score, you can't play well. Don't play at taking the chance. Kotoko have a good side today. I congratulate them. We were playing badly once again.
The other day when you lost to Aduana, you were furious with your players. You thought that some of them didn't live up to expectation. They didn't play to your instructions. What do you have to say about this one?
We lost the game. We didn't play well. Kotoko take his chance. We lost. I don't want to say anything about anybody. I have a time to talk with the boys, with everybody, and myself.
Do you feel that you could have at least gotten a draw from this game, or you think Kotoko deserved to be winners?
No, with the faces of the match. When the match started, well, Kotoko deserved to win. But before the match, I have another mind. But today,
is Coach Ouattara under pressure at this point in the Premier League?
Me personal?
Yes.
No.
Why?
I'm not in
but you're the coach.
Pressure. We are not in the pressure. The team, we are under pressure. Don't take me alone. Take the, what do you call, all the team. We are under pressure because we need a point to survive. I tell you the last time.
Hasselhoff is a big club. Many people do not associate relegation with the club, but as you continue to lose games, it's becoming very obvious that you need to back up. What do you intend to do with the 3 remaining games?
The 3 remaining games, we need the points. We don't have any choice. We need the points. To get the points, you must score. To score, play a simple game. It's simple.
Sorry about your defeat, and we wish you a safe journey back to Accra.
Thank you, my brother.
Hi, Steve.
Hey.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
You won the game for Asante Kotoko. How do you feel now?
I feel so delighted, winning at Babayara, how it means, and again it's Hasselhoff, the rivals, so I'm really happy. I know the fans are also happy, plus the player and the technical team. We're all proud of them.
When the ball was floated to you, you are 2 Hasselhoff defenders in between. You were able to step forward and hit the ball at the back of the net. How did you do that?
Yeah, that was the tactical approach. They were defending me two players, so I have to distance myself from them. So they didn't know where the position I am, and whenever the ball goes behind the defenders and they're chasing it, then it's a plus for a striker.
Let's go again to the second goal. When someone gave you the ball, you were racing towards the goalpost. You did a shimmy. The defender came and fell down, and you placed the ball at the far corner. How about that one?
That one is, it was just an instinct. it was just an instinct. I saw him coming full out, so I had to reduce on my speed. So that's how I scored.
And what does this win do to the playing body, especially after losing to Brecum Chelsea the other day in Brecum?
Yeah, it was not a good result for us. You know, we're in a bad position, but we take it in a good heart. So this is the way we had to repay to our fans.
And this is a message to your national team coach in Uganda. You just got a call up to represent the Cranes at the World Cup qualifiers. It's a bold statement you've made today.
Yeah, I'm always so delighted, you know, to be called on the national team. So, yeah, it's a big plus to me.
Your friend Amankuna scored today. He scored twice. He's gone on 15. You scored twice today. You go 14. Will you win the Gold King title?
Yeah, it's a tough race, you know. He's also in good shape. But I believe at the end of the season, the best player will take the boot.
Congratulations and good luck.
Thank you.
So those are the coaches.
Allow a foreigner to win them.
Let's see how that one goes. But I mean, you heard Coach Prosper Nati Ogum. He says that his team, he and his technical team had studied hard to folk over a long period, and it seems that they have a lot of defensive lapses, and that is how they capitalize on that. But we'll talk about the post-match of the two coaches and also the MVP. But then this is how the Gold King race is shaping up. With 3 games to go, Steven Amankona has scored 15 goals so far. He scored 2 goals today. Semi Desi Mukwala has also scored 14 goals. Hamza Isa still on 12 goals because he couldn't add to his tally today. And Ivan Soseusu of Samatex has also scored 11 goals. He is a winger, but then he's shipping in the goals. Baba Musa is a typical striker with 10 goals for Samatex. And Boateng Free plays for Nations FC. He scored 10. Prince Kwabno Usu, he has announced that he will be joining Kotoko at the end of the season. He scored 10 goals so far for Baby Eddie Gold Stars. And Al Hassan Mankuyeli of Real Tamale United has also scored 10 goals. But coach, let's talk about the post-match. I mean, just what you said about Coach Prosper Nati Ogum, that you know he studied the Accra Folk team over time and knows that they have this defensive lapses. So he just told the boys, contain Hearts of Folk and hit them on the break. And if you look at all the 2 goals that Kotoko scored, they were similar, hitting Hearts of Folk on the break, and the Phobians defense could never recover. I don't know why.
That was a question in a million. People will ask in a million times, because if you have had that mistake coming once, twice, and you keep repeating the same mistake, then I don't think you have really learned something from your earlier games that you put in the same mistakes. Hearts of Oak defensive setup, I said it after the game, was shambolic because of the way they were actually positioning themselves. Once you are playing against a very fast striker like Mukwala, who is experienced, he's not a national team player, so you shouldn't just write him off and think he's just a normal player you are playing against. You should know that he's a striker in a very good form this time and he's scoring. So keep an eye on him. You just don't allow him to play the way he wants to. And it really occurred in the game. And Kotoko punished Hearts of Oak for that. And
Nanedo, it seems Coach Watare's post-match press conferences, post-match comments it's becoming routine. It's always, I don't know how it happened. The team played badly. I'll talk to the boys, but they keep repeating the same mistake. He says that today he's not going to throw anybody under the bus. He's not under pressure, but the entire team is under pressure.
My friend, Abubakar Ouattara, he should learn how to, accept responsibilities. You are the coach for Hearts of Folk. They are in a danger zone. Instead, would you too say you are under pressure? Together with the team. Who you is in chain? Now one can say is the team. It should be part of the problem. Because they brought you in to change things for the club. Home games you struggle to win. In Accra Lions beat you. In Accra, Indiana Stars beat you. You have a good result against Brecum Chelsea. After that, result has started. So sometimes, as a coach, take the responsibility to yourself. Find a way to change things in the last 3 games, because you don't still blame the team and, it's a team under pressure that was now the way you went from, because yes, that's why you moved to your country. The pressure, you together with the playing body and the team are under this pressure.
Coach, I mean, does it get to a point where you are lost for words? You just don't know what to say anymore. Does it get to that point?
I believe it is the language barrier. You know, this man is not too fluent when it comes to expressing
he's
himself
Ivorian.
with English. Yeah. So maybe he doesn't understand properly what he said. That he is not under pressure, but it's the whole team that is under pressure. He should accept his mistakes and then accept that the whole team is really under pressure and they need to work harder and move out of where they find themselves. So I think you should pardon him when he says he is not under pressure. He might not understand himself, the language barrier, and I think that is why he said that. So we can excuse him for that.
But you could feel the frustration and disappointment in his comments. You can see clearly what he set out to do is not what happened. But he said the game were in phases, and it's not as if Kotoko were entirely better than them. There were points that they were better. But I saw the first 15 minutes of the second half where Hartlepool were just passing the ball around.
When you introduce Salim Adams, Amankwabe Fi, and Kasim Sise, it changed in the first 20 minutes of the second half.
But it didn't really have an impact because Frederick Asari was on a virtual holiday.
But later on, Kotoko came back into the game. You know, Mukwala missed a clear chance. They hit a ban. Peter Aminuaka, a clear chance, the pass from Bernard Somwa. So I think we could have seen more goals in today's game, but Kotoko team was not even clinical enough. Individual brilliance from Mukwala gave them that 2 goals, and I think going forward, chances like this, they should find a way to score. House of Folk need to work on the next 3 games, and our pressure will be on them.
Coach, MVP going to Stevie Desi Mukwala. He says his second goal was an instinctive finish. He saw that the defender was racing on the top speed, and all that he had to do was just cut the ball back onto his right, and bam, he banged the ball into the net.
Yeah, I told you when we were off air that for me, Mukwala deserves to be the MVP.
Yeah.
If he had not won the MVP, it should have been Nuruddin, because looking at their performance, yes, the defender, they did very well. Nuruddin on his part made nonsense of the Hearts of Folk forward liners. They were not present in the game, and Mukwala was like Mukwala against the whole Hearts of Folk defense. He was running them helter-skelter, and they couldn't find any answer to his marauding rounds, and he punished them for that. He really took his chances and the second goal, classic. That was a striker's goal. Many would have, missed this, goal-scoring chances. But Mukwala actually scored very well, and he gave Kotoko the victory they deserve for today's game, and it's all congratulations to Kotoko.
Okay, so we are activating the phone lines for you to also call and share your thoughts and views concerning this game. Odi afraid na chere wadri our game no send e come out ofra na why in titia so the man no be so etima afraid. So 055-846-2088 055-846-2088. Just call us and give us your thoughts and opinion on this game. So Kumasi Asante Kotoko, yes, Kotoko have 3 games to also play. Their next game will be against Great Olympics at home. Then they take on Real Tamale United. I'm sure that game will be played at Nalerigu before they finish off their season against Bofwa Tano. I'm sure every Kotoko fan can look at this and smile, and they do, because these are games that are winnable.
Most of the times after winning a derby game like this against House of Folk, their next game, you almost struggle kakra, because the happiness around the players and the jubilation, enter into the following game. So I don't see Kotoko picking a win against Great Olympics. The best for them against Olympics will be a draw. I see Olympics going to Kumasi to pick the maximum 3 points. After Olympics, they move to RTU, a difficult grounds against RTU. The best result for Kotoko against RTU will be a draw. I see RTU picking that maximum win, and Kotoko is likely to pick the maximum 3 points against Pofo. So out of these 3 games, I'll guarantee Kotoko 3 points.
I'll come back to you, but we have to go on to the lines. Yosin is calling us from Kumasi. Yosin, Kotoko Ashe has game na ko sema.
Oh, give me the heart in Uncle Yamame. But my fun is
and then I'll fix a call wrong.
Just the whole show no the Uncle from start to finish, Uncle, I think the changes no a baby kakra but the children you good. The fun is next game saka.
Okay, alright, that's it. Mate, that is yours in calling us from. Kumasi. He thinks that the changes had little impact in the game. Like what you said, coach, that yes, it made an impact in terms of holding up the ball and passing it around, but it didn't really create anything for Hartlepool, because this is the first time I've seen Frederick Asari virtually on a holiday, not doing much in the game, and Hartlepool will need to work extra hard because their next 3 games will not come easy. Nations FC are a team that are also chasing the league title, so they may come with all the arsenals that they have. So let's see how that one goes. But again, and then Stevie Mukwala winning the man of the match deservedly. As we question me anyone.
I think he has been one of Kotoko's best players this particular season. When we are looking at the season under review, in the first round, it was Rich Molamti. In the second round, it was, Stephen Desimukwara. So he's been a key player to the side. I understand at the end of the season, the contract will come to an end. If there is a chance for Kotoko to extend his contract, he's a key player to their side. Let's
go back onto the lines. Stephen Desimukwara scored, but Stephen is on the line to talk to us. Stephen, Kotoko Asha has given a Kosema.
Oh, my and the boys number ball. Or mabo ball, or my idea. Coach, this is tactics, echo ye de my. Eki, a domatic, or Mokoswa. Now you can encode the bit and we shall.
Oh, okay. So Kotoko are now out of the woods. I said that is the joy for the fans. Yeah. The fact that they are away from the relegation zone. When you enter the top half of the league, you say you are safe, home and dry. Another win for Kotoko would guarantee them safety totally.
The point pulled up, I think the 43 points maybe
it's enough to guarantee them safety.
Because Pando Heart of Lions 38 points, Olympics 36 points. They have 3 games to play. So even when you give the 9 points to them, they will move somewhere around 45. So I think at least out of the 3 they will need 1 win. If only the teams down there are winning all their games.
That is usually the dynamics. Whether the teams down there would also win all their games.
So it looks like the 43 may be okay, but at least they should guarantee themselves at least 1 win out of the 3 games.
Okay, so Kotoko currently are 9th on the table, and they look like they are home and dry. Hearts of Oak lying just a place above the relegation zone. I'm sure that every Hearts of Oak fan that looks at the Ghana Premier League table would be scared. Let's go back onto the lines. David is calling us from Adanse North. David, Kotoko Asha has game the Kosema.
Benia Jerof. Kameya yare kra so hey winning that to yade ni nyina fabu the greatest.
Okay, that's it. So that is David. You can feel the joy in his voice. But winning, as a Sabibia, and that is what the fans are calling for. Nanedu, they be our Ose Kotoko fans. All they need is the win. Eba say no pem so asumajono. Because Ochemo magazine for next stop. Now Pimso has been saying say Ochemo magazine. Magazine for next stop and say Nana your team na enko yenti or see win the bar. Asante man energy no so na sumajo. I'm sure Pimso will be super delighted with the win.
I think the meeting with the playing body and the technical team was a wake up call for Asante Kotoko.
That meeting seemed to have changed a lot.
Since then, they won against Samates, they've won against House of Folk, a draw against Mediema, and of course, they only lose against Brekum Chelsea. So it tells you that particular meeting with the playing body has done a lot within the team.
So let's go back onto the lines, this time to the Western region where Bongo is calling us from. Bongo, Asante Kotoko beating Hearts of Oak 2-0. I'm sure you watched the game. Hello, Bongo. Bongo NT later beba near the Bongo ako chicken komo so besa free be my coach sa meeting na course wo menhia no e me say asesanye ma papa because after that meeting Kotoko have not been the same.
Yeah, I told you earlier on that that was the turning point. After visiting Menchia, it looks like they've been given some form of extrinsic motivation, much as they are intrinsic motivation, that is having motivation for themselves. That one was an extrinsic one, and it added to make them perform better than they were doing earlier.
So I'm told that Bongo is back on the line. Bongo, Kotoko Asha has 2-0. Me a sure social game ni be who saying.
Hello, Mutala.
Yes, me too.
Mutala, my crowd, me a phobia fan, my pa.
Oh, Aden.
my meeting no baby I connect unko pa.
Oje say then a problem no. E dey in a problem no.
Mutala one thing I'm who has to cook team no there. One thing I'm who has to cook team there. Team no players no are very good. But what park no what Fred no go bona. And we especially our central defense. Oh yeah Mutala.
Now baby amude we are sure say relegation we to survive.
Mutala the best escape. Ya associate next season. Aye. Ya men for when you aye.
Okay,
thank you so much.
Bongo from Takra there. Also, everybody he's hopeful that Heartofok would survive relegation there. But let's go back to Babayara because some of the fans are standing by to talk to us after the game.
I am a yasa hasia lusu because me flash more down to one of my foca. I better have your hotel and I'm just in the Baba Sopoto house. That's a hasia lusu. There are so to go a pump players in your players in your film. All you players in your film. Now, you're free.
What is off board? Who himself board on them wow? And what is off board no? So pay any papa mama by house of folk ye. Not then a woman no more honor. And I'm was I go from Momo Basso. House of folk on your dono, eh, Yakuma. Yes, son, or the dear bro. What you Timmy, Timlo Toga, dear. By Bartono. One year players in a house of folk no. Almost deserve some house of folk. Tell me Kulu be home. I'm out for trust come out for a Mokofa prayer for Friday. But I saw moment to me as our next season. Yeah, bomb passing and call relegation. Say I'm called relegation and I'm a person house of call relegation. Now you pay to me. I don't know my Timlessa. I don't know my Timlessa. I'm no matter
House players never make us up. Your friend Solomon Boku me watch chapter 9 and never make us up. Moon hard auntie and then was a summer moody. Let's take a Accra and more hard than a Bosumi, Mutia Danka. I come over all of food. Yabi Batiabo Casta Mokalia
Mokalia Togi, why are they being Niamia? Time or Casa with dissolve board no. Near winning 3 matches at Wasso. Yes. Da or Casa were Odimia new bar board no swan and started to lose up to now. Some penny for no, my team lose. Omona the players in the buy. Since they are coaching the car say on no any recruitment no. Almost started some yes sir. Omuye BBC by my pam coaching. Sab for no more board me son. Ya pamo munina. I can be musuma pamono. So still I the beer or it is me the yam na makacha. Bravo munya de nya yam pamo madam Asi.
Your players no and anya de. And your coach no it's not about coach. And your players no. Put your players are more that's omonya de. Esa bon esa mo top players papa ama team no. Na nya sa de we yedi ni na akose coach anya de. Bon players na nya de.
Top 5 players. Every one team move. House of folk me top 5 players. Every one team move. And you tell me players on my job free to visit one in now. Omo team perform that. All the time biara.
Truly, and not one match now, boy. Now, seriously, we love the game now, and both sides, Nina. Though we know the House of Folk Tembi, Kumasi, they come to play, let's say, a robust football. But Kotoko came the, I don't know how to say, they manage the ball to the point. Say you won't see any radical way of attacking and those things. And if it's I say Makwela goal so saying now was a perfect goal. One funny goal Yaya they hit it on. Seriously, I have watched Kotoko matches, but though na ya sign for we are not 10 years but not the but you have fine game. Fabulous, the greatest.
Within the opponent Richard. Oh, give me the expecting but on a good day Kotoko fire the match better luck next time the match.
Body na game ni tena who found.
Okay, your friend is Steven.
game no there say as usual win Kotoko has there obvious or is it yamfa tactics be am fam there is no way o meet me him has team na efun ya born 90 minutes one great chance one say go team main on that there no it was a sweet win but then I think a word to the Kotoko players Charlie who Kotoko is so good but no more bonnet there too soft for the club you see but then on a more serious note going forward next season o person bo Kotoko there me word am dey more money say on person mo bo Kotoko a on set up no mo ball no because ye tipen elali o enye house of folk tipen ye tipen elali eti ye person any elali emo na bo tipen enti dia omo ye ne the boys no omo apple game enti me the word we so mam me say next month me the salary ma baba yaya on hwe me de me salary ma baba yaya me say baba yaya on hwe me say me de me salary ma no baba yaya on Nuruddin omo hwe me salary me chama omo
kind of grace I'm looking for where obi be here juma no aka so de salary mama enti wa person do salary cheme no we brother Akoma Junction techno building ma owure mu a ka se o hwe mutala se mini ho craft scanija me ba beji but you can see Kumasi Asante Kotoko fans coach this is what the only thing they want is for the team to win because that is the only bonus they get.
Yeah, they've done well and just like Prosper Ugum said, they were the 12th man on the field and their support was very, very, very important. They were supporting throughout the 90 minutes and that actually motivated the boys also to give off their best. So I think after the game too, the statements being made out there tells a lot that yes, they are happy of the results they have been able to achieve today. But the other side, Hearts of Folk fans have started the blame game. I said something earlier, I don't want to repeat it at this point, but if Hearts of Folk don't take care, they will be relegated.
Now, I mean, listening to the Hearts of Folk fans, Nanedu, it was like deja vu. It is something that you've heard over and over again. I mean, the blame game. Playing body, players, but these are players that took after they said they are national class players, remember?
Yes, and coach said something before the game. Most of these supporters were talking about it. You will shift the blame to the coach, you sack them. The same club of board members will sign players and appoint a new coach again.
So it's a cycle.
That is what it gradually looks like. Supporters, they believe there are some people within the board they need to sacrifice. They may not be the problem, but just, put them aside, bring other people. Things may change. They believe when those people are around the team, supporters and the people around the team won't want to sacrifice for the team. Team may be team national perform. Remember the days of Samuel Bodu. Almost all the chapters and the leadership around the supporters were behind Samuel Bodu. I don't see this kind of things around this current board and then now the coaches that they've been bringing to the club. Something needs to change around Hearts of Folk. They are in the danger zone.
Well, let's see what will change around Hearts of Folk. Maybe going into their final 3 games, they will turn up and the phobia spirit would return to the club. But these are all the results from match day 31. It has been a good match week. Accra Lions beating Bechem United by 3-0 and Adriana Peeping Nations FC by a goal to nil. Karela had a 2-1 win over Nswaterman. All these matches were played on Saturday. Then today, Asante Kotoko Stevie Desi Mukwala punishing the Phobians as he scored twice against them. Kotoko beating Hearts by 2-0 and Baby Any Gold Stars also getting the 2-1 victory over Dreams FC. But for Akwatano at home, they are not helping their case at all. Mediema moved all the way from Takwa to beat them by 2-0 and Great Olympics scored 3 against Brekum Chelsea as Chelsea managed to score 2, but it was a win for the Dade boys. Heart of Lions also beating league leaders Samatex by 2-0 and RTU also grabbing a 1-0 victory over Legon Cities. Let's now take a glance at the table before we check out of the studios. Despite the fact that Samatex lost today, they are still firmly on top of the Ghana Premier League table with 55 points. Adriana and Mediema both have 49 points and lie second and third respectively. Nations FC have now dropped to fourth on the table with 48 points. And Accra Lions, they are fifth with 47 points. Iswataman currently are sixth with 45 points. Bechem United and Brekum Chelsea both have 44 points and also lie seventh and eighth on the table. And Asante Kotoko have entered the top half of the table. They have 43 points and are currently ninth. They look home and dry to stay in the league. For Baby Any Gold Stars, a win today has seen them climb to 10th on the table with 43 points. Coach Frimpong Manso also having a good run in Baby Any. Legon Cities and the Parkwesi Fabian are also 11th with 41 points. And Karela, Awaka Damba is doing a good job because they were in the relegation zone some few weeks back, but today they are 12th on the table with 40 points. Heart of Lions are out of the relegation zone. Basiru Hereford promised to ensure they stay up in the league. They are 13th with 38 points. There, Dreams FC, they have 2 games in hand, but are 14th with 38 games. Accra Heart of Oak, they now lie precariously above the relegation zone. They are 15th on the table with 38 points. And the last 3 teams on the Ghana Premier League table are Red Olympics, who are 16th with 36 points. But for Aquatano lost today and they are stuck on 17th with 33 points. RTU gained 3 more points today, but that has not done anything significant for them as far as their position is concerned, because they are rock bottom of the league table with just 31 points. And this is where we call it a wrap here on match day 31 of the Ghana Premier League. It has been an interesting one where Stevie Desimukwala decided the fate of this game as he scored twice for Asante Kotoko to beat Heart of Oak. Thanks to Coach Ernest Thompson. Coach, we are always grateful that you come here and share your knowledge with us. It is always a blessing for me to stay closely to you and tap into your knowledge. And thanks to my colleague Nanedu for also being here. And thanks to you at home for always choosing Star Times and making us number 1. My name is Mutala Yakubu. Keep enjoying the rest of our programs. Till we meet again in match day 32. It's au revoir. Bye-bye.
Football cuts across all religions, all political parties. Let's come together and build our football. This is the sport that has made me who I am today. It is the sport that feeds millions of people. It is